explain about IoT and the things that related to IoT. So I will start with the concept of IoT. What is IoT? IoT is Internet of Things. Internet of Things is a system of interrelated computing devices, mechanical and digital machines, objects, animals or people that are provided with unique identifiers and the ability to transfer data over a network without requiring human to human or human to computer interaction. The Internet of Things is actually a pretty simple concept. It means taking all the things in the world and connecting them to the internet. Let's move to the next subtopic, which is why IoT matters. Why IoT matters is when something is connected to the internet, that means that it can send information or receive information or both. This ability to send and or receive information makes things smart, and smart is good. Let's use smartphone as example. Right now you can listen to just about any song in the world. But it's not because your phone actually has every song in the world stored on it. It's because every song in the world is stored somewhere else. But your phone can send information asking for that song and then receive information streaming that song on your phone. To be smart, a thing doesn't need to have super storage on a supercomputer inside of it. All a thing has to do is connect to super storage or to a supercomputer. Being connected is awesome. In the Internet of Things, all the things that are being connected to the internet can be put into 3 categories. Categories 1, things that collect information and then send it. This means sensors. Sensors could be temperature sensors, motion sensors, moisture sensors, air quality sensors, light sensors, you name it. These sensors along with a connection allow us to automatically collect information from These sensors along with a connection allow us to automatically collect information from the environment, which in turn allow us to make more intelligent decisions. Categories 2, things that receive information and then act on it. We are all very familiar with machines getting information and then acting. Your printer receives a document and it prints it. Your car receives a signal from your car keys and the doors open. The examples are endless. Whether it's as simple as sending the command turn on or as complex as sending a 3D model to a 3D printer, we know that we can tell machines that whether it's as simple as sending the command turn on or as complex as sending a 3D model to a 3D printer, we know that we can tell machines what to do from far away. Category 3, things that do both. For example, the sensors can collect information about the soil moisture to tell the farmer how much to water the crops. For example, the sensors can collect information about the soil moisture to tell the farmer how much to water the crops. But you don't actually need the farmer. Instead, the irrigation system can the irrigation system can automatically turn on as needed, based on how much moisture is in the soil. So let's move on to the next subtopic, which is IoT and PLC. We know a lot about the IoT, but what about PLCs? Let's start with a brief explanation. PLC stands for Programmable Logic Controller. It's an industrial computer that has been programmed to monitor and control factory applications. Is an industrial computer that has been programmed to monitor and control factory applications such as assembly lines and robotic plant equipment.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Abdul Muhyin bin Abdul Rahim. My metric number is AA181302, and I'll be explaining why we should use Siemens. Okay, why the spelling is Siemens, but the pronunciation is Siemens because Siemens is a company that originated from Germany, and that's how they say it. Okay, why do we choose Siemens as a PLC? Okay, first of all, mostly Siemens adapts to all PLC developer companies because most PLC developers, they use Siemens as their forefathers, as they learn the knowledge from Siemens and they apply it to their companies. Okay, some of the companies that do PLCs are like Mitsubishi. Surprisingly, they don't only do cars or motorbike. They also use PLC. Second is Omron. Third is Eaton Corporation, and fourth is Instant. Okay, why do we choose Siemens? Because Siemens has 170 years of experience in manufacturing, and they are the global powerhouse focusing in the area of electrification, automation, and digitalization. And they are also the pioneer in infrastructure and manufacturing solutions because, as you can see, 170 years is a long time. And then, why do we need to learn Siemens? By having Siemens certificate of training, you can go to many sectors in industry level. First off, you can go to medical, oil and gas, pharmaceutical, automation, power plant, and transportation.
Point 3 is high PLC demand in the market in Malaysia is 35% that involved in PLC biggest is used in oil and gas. So the breakdown is food and beverage only use 5% PLC. The pulp and paper only 8% of PLC. The chemical and petrochemical only use 12%. The electronics and semiconductor only use 10%. Power industry only use 40%. Water industry only use 50%. Oil and gas use only 60.8%, and others is 90.2%.
Okay, so I'll be explaining on the fourth point, which is the digitalization age. Okay, so what is digitalization age? Digitalization age mostly applies only on business companies, where most of the business or process are being digitalized. Whereas maybe from manual work, they will use computers, online, etc. Okay, so why is digitalization is important towards the company? Because quote, the next $1 trillion will be earned with data for our customers in industry. Don't take it from me, but take it from Michael Dell, which is the founder of Dell Corporation. Okay, next, digital is the main reason just half of the companies on the Fortune 500 have disappeared since the year 2000. Okay, this was said by Pierre Nanterme, which is the CEO of Accenture. Okay, so you must be asking what is the Fortune 500? Fortune 500 is one of the top companies in the world, whereas they have high revenues, such as ExxonMobil, Amazon.com, or AT&T. So how do they stay in the industry as being at the top level? Because they have digitalized their industry. Okay, so there are like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 main points of why digitalization is important. Because first off is speed, flexibility, quality, efficiency, and security. Okay, I'll be talking on speed first. Okay, why speed is important in digitalization? Because first, as speed, as a business, the customers are able to order something in an online store in a few seconds. Okay, so when there's speed, as you can see that more customers will come because they don't have to walk to a store, but they can just use your online shop and order it. So that's a good thing. And second is, we take it as Grab or Uber. You can see that just a click away, you can order a car. Like in the traditional way, you have to call or something like that, so that takes time. Okay, second is flexibility. With digitalization, you are able to create your individualized product. Although it's the same sector, such as Grab or Uber, they are in the same sector, which is transportation. But with digitalization, they're able to make their own product, which is Grab and Uber. Next is quality. So, with your company being fully digitalized, it is important that your customers are satisfied. So, customer satisfactory is important, so that with faster and more quality service, your brand will rise up. And then next, your quality can be predicted because as we are entering the digitalized age, as you can see in Play Store and everything, they have place to comment, they have place to rating, so you can see where your brand stands in the game. Next is efficiency. Okay, so with faster service, you can say that your brand is very efficient, such as I'll take maybe during the old times you need to call a taxi, maybe it takes like 10 minutes to deal and all, but with Grab, Uber, you only like half a second, and not half a second, half a minute, you can order a car, come grab you, and then you're back home. Lastly, security. Okay, with improved security, your customer will feel safe using your product. I'll take the example in transportation, which is Grab or Uber. As you can see, most of the cars are GPS tracked, so the customers know that their security is ensured.
Okay, so I will explain the point. So I will explain the cement being an industry standard. So most of the developers are the result of knowledge shared by cement. By learning cement, you can interact with most of PLC. Cement S7 and S5 is statically used in industrial level. So S7 listed as a common use in industry. Training held by Siemens is almost the same in industrial exposure to the industrial life.